6:05. Happy Friday. It's good to have you.
It's really Friday.
It really is Friday. It's not. It's
not
for real
Eves,
Friday.
No. Friday.
It's the real deal, baby.
Yes.
It is unleaded Friday morning, and we're happy to have you with us. A lot to talk about today. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Alyssa Slotkin came out and said at a Brookings Institute event that soldiers that are active military in our services have a responsibility to carry through legal orders that they're given. They also have a duty to disobey illegal orders that are given. And this idea of these boat strikes being illegal, legal, we don't have clarity on this yet. So Alyssa Slotkin and a number of lawmakers came out yesterday and released a video that said, you need to do your duty as U.S. service members and not follow through on illegal orders.
Yeah, it was Slotkin, it was Mark Kelly, Representatives Jason Crow of Colorado, Chris DeLuzio, Chrissy Houlihan of PA, and Maggie Goodlander of New Hampshire. And these are veterans. These are people who have served our country. And the video was, again, if it's illegal, you don't have to follow through with orders, which led to a firestorm.
Well, here's a little bit of that video that was released by Alyssa Slotkin and these other lawmakers.
Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
who take risks each day.
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
But from right here at home.
So there's the video. Talked about it yesterday. And thoughts on the video? We could start there, I guess.
The service, people that are in the service are, told to, they take an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect the, the U.S. from any foreign strikes or anything like that. So I think it's a reminder. I think the service people know, but this video served as a reminder. And some people just didn't like them reminding them about that.
Trump certainly didn't like it.
No.
Lots of Truth Social posts. And I think the reaction was something else. In all caps, this is seditious behavior punishable by death, is just an unacceptable response from the President of the United States.
It's an unacceptable response. It doesn't really make any sense. I'm not entirely sure why that was chosen.
Right.
Mike Johnson came out yesterday and said, I would have never chosen those words. I don't think that that's real. That shouldn't be the case. But also that these lawmakers, there is a chain of command in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And you start muddying the waters a little bit when you've got different people talking in your ears about different things. Military members know the deal. They know what their responsibilities are. It doesn't take Alyssa Slotkin or Mark Kelly to come out and say, hey, just remember, you got to make sure that you do this. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. I don't think that to me, you're throwing fuel on the fire, and then Donald Trump threw an entire tank of gasoline on it. None of this really needed to happen. And we don't really know the legality of these strikes in the first place.
But it's not just about the strikes. It's about uniformed military in the streets and some American citizens who are getting caught up. It's a lot more than just the strikes. And it's a lot about the politicization of the military. When you had Pete Hegseth with the political speech on the stage and the military members there. So it's more than that. And I think that's what they're talking about.
And I know Trey Gowdy was on Fox yesterday, and they asked him about those words that the president used, and he says, well, he probably meant after a trial and so everybody's making up what they think the president meant when he said what he said.
This is what I don't understand. Why can't we just say that's not the right thing to do? Don't say that.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate. It's unbecoming of the president of the United States. That is not something that needs to be said. It's not. And again, Charlie Kirk, right? All of these other events that we've seen recently. We talk about lowering the temperature. This doesn't lower the temperature. This doesn't do any of that. This only fuels it. It only makes it bigger.
Meanwhile, our Senator, Alyssa Slotkin, has been assigned around-the-clock police protection, and so has Mark Kelly. So she has a Capitol Police officer following her around everywhere she goes. She told NBC News she's received thousands of threats on her life.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Did you guys see any of the Cheney funeral yesterday?
I was in the dentist chair.
Oh, you were in the dentist chair.
So I caught.
So you were in a different dimension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was nice.
It was nice. I thought George W. Bush's eulogy of his former vice president was particularly interesting. He recounted when he tapped Dick Cheney to help lead the search for who his vice presidential candidate would be.
25 years ago, I had a big choice to make, a big job to fill. I want to know all my options, so I enlisted the help of a distinguished former White House Chief of Staff and Secretary of Defense to lead my search for running mate. Dick Cheney and I went through the files name by name. We talked over the various qualities I was looking for in a vice president: preparedness, mature judgment, rectitude, and loyalty. Above all, I wanted someone with the ability to step into the presidency without getting distracted by the ambition to seek it. After weeks of these meetings, I began to have a thought I could not shake. I realized the best choice for the vice president was the man sitting right in front of me. And I told him that.
When I hear him speak, I get a nostalgic feeling of a time before.
Yes.
When things
Yesteryear.
were civil.
Yeah.
And tweets like that weren't put out there. George Bush would never do something
No,
like
no,
that.
no,
And
no,
I
no.
miss those times.
Yeah.
I thought he went on to talk about, he said, it became clear to me that Dick Cheney was the guy. Like, Dick Cheney should be my running mate. Dick Cheney should be the vice president of the United States. And he said, not only was Dick Cheney not into the idea, he brought in another staffer for George Bush's campaign who did not like Dick Cheney
You're right.
to make the case against him. And he sat there and was quiet.
Yes.
And was like, listen to this guy. That, to me, talk about yesteryear. That is like,
That wouldn't happen
I
today.
am not fit.
Right.
And everybody else is like, yeah, you're the
Yeah.
guy. It's like they don't want the job, but then they are chosen for the job and they go through with it.
I like the part where he said, when I quickly realized, he was loved by 3 women, and I quickly realized when you get one Cheney, you get 4.
Yes.
I thought that was
It was
cute.
very good.
A Michigan inmate says he can't even afford an envelope to mail a letter, while the state's prison system controls about $19 million in prisoner benefit funds. Those funds come from inmate purchases and are supposed to pay for the items that directly benefit prisoners, including envelopes. But a Detroit Free Press investigation found that the money is often spent on everything from repairs to prison equipment, steel cages for freezers, even a roofing project, and in some cases, purchases for tactical gear that were later reversed. Well, meanwhile, inmates say they struggle to afford basics like toothpaste and soap and postage. One prisoner told the Free Press he's repeatedly denied indigent status, making it impossible to buy these 3.5-cent envelopes he needs to communicate with family and pursue lawsuits. Records show the funds also covered more than $200,000 in charitable donations last year, even as some inmates claim they rarely see the benefits they're supposed to be receiving. So I'm wondering, the MDOC has control of this money, and so I was wondering, where does this money come from? Well, the inmates buy food and personal care items and approved goods from the prison commissary, and a portion of those sales go into the fund. And fees from phone calls and emails sent through the prison system contribute to the fund as well. And when family or friends purchase items for inmates through approved channels, part of that money also feeds into the fund, and the funds are invested and held by the Michigan Treasury and are intended to pay for goods and services that directly benefit prisoners. But the Free Press found they've been using that money for some other things.
Interesting.
We'll talk further.
Yeah.
We're out of time
Yes.
now.
Is the county government in Macomb County getting a little lighter in terms of their employment statuses? We'll talk to Mark Hackle about it next on JR Morning.